Hey everyone. Hey
Hi,
Trevor.
Mark, you all right?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, wait a
good.
second. Good. I can hear you now, so I can hear you. Good
Right.
start.
Okay. So, thanks for turning up, everyone. We do apologise for having such a short or small attendee allowance. We kind of got it capped at the moment, so it's kind of only for 100. So it's great that so many of you have turned up today to catch this bit of training with myself and Trevor here. So, first of all, probably best if you let us know that you can both see us and hear us. So, if you can just put a yes in the chat box, that would be great. Hey, Pavan, is that the Pavan?
That's what I was wondering.
Is that one of our team there sneaking in for a quick look?
Check, checking us out, Mark.
Anyway, so on this call, we're going to be talking a little bit about my business, how to get started in IM as an affiliate, how to kind of scale it up, make a good deal of money. And I'm going to show you some of my earnings over the last couple of years, and again, it's easy for me to show you this and to say that I can do this, but obviously it's not as easy for you to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you my slides first, and then I'm going to hand you over to Trevor, and we're going to talk about a product which is due out today. Now, I know that is kind of a pitch, but bear with us, because what we're going to do here is we're going to go through this product with you, because it's something that will kind of allow you or anybody that's just getting started to actually get a grounding and actually start making money in this business. Now, it's not going to be the same sort of money that I make. I'll be completely honest with you. It's going to allow you to make, one to maybe a couple of $100 a week. Okay. But, it's put together by a guy that I actually met last year, who isn't a full-time marketer. He's actually a school teacher here in the UK, actually over in Ireland, I think. And, he wanted to get into this business, but he didn't have that free time. He wasn't able to sort of put the time into it. So what he did was he come up with a way of simplifying basically what we do every day, which allowed him to make some extra money. So we're going to talk about that product, or rather Trevor is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to offer you a bonus. Now, this product, the product that I've mentioned, is going to cost you $7, which is kind of giveaway. And you see these $7 products all the time, and to a large degree, a lot of them are not great. But the reason we're talking about this one today is that it does give you an insight. It does give you a grounding into this business model, and if you are interested in this business model, then what we're going to do is we're going to put together some live coaching for you with myself and Trevor next Monday, which you'll get as a bonus. So it's not going to cost you anything. You can come along, you can ask us questions, and I'll explain how to scale up in this business. So if you are interested in that, you're going to get a live call with us, and you can ask us questions, anything you like. Okay, so without further ado, let me share some slides with you. If I can do this, because I always kind of get this wrong.
I'm sure you know what you're doing there, Mark.
Well, I'm getting on a bit, Trevor, so I'm a bit of a technophobe, really. So,
Looking good, mate. Looking
okay,
good.
so can you all see my screen? Can you see there that we've got $5 super affiliate? Everybody see that? Can you see that, Trevor?
Yep, I can
Yep,
see that, mate.
perfect. Okay.
Yep, they're all
Okay,
saying
so
they can see.
it's just a few slides here, and this is just a skim over the top of it. But I've kind of mentioned this. So Aiden is the guy's name, and what he does is, he's got this system, and one of the ways in which he's allows himself to do this without too much work is by outsourcing a lot of the grunt work, a lot of the work that we as marketers tend to have to do day in, day out. Don't get me wrong, I mean, this is a hugely profitable business, and it's certainly worth applying. But anyway, let me go on with this. So let me just say, what do you think the easiest and quickest way to make money online is? Well, I've kind of already covered that, but it's by referring other people's products as an affiliate. Yeah, you got it, Penny. So yeah. So being an affiliate means you don't have to have your own product. You just need to have that link. You just need to have the traffic. Now, we're all able to do this because obviously, we've got lists. It's not the same for everybody. I really do understand that. Now, the platforms that we tend to use on a daily basis are Warrior Plus and JVZoo. And here's the reason. So products are launched every single day. Some are great, some are good, some are not so good. But the reality is these products, they're launched every single day. So that gives you the opportunity to pick and choose the ones that you want to promote. And you're always going to have those opportunities there because they roll them out every single day. And you can see here, this is Muncheye. So this is basically the calendar that we as marketers use. So we'll go over to Muncheye, we'll look at what's being released on a given day, and then we'll set up a promotion in order to capitalize on that launch, if you like. And, even without having your own product, even just being an affiliate, you can make an absolute fortune. Now, again, I'm going to show you some screenshots of my own earnings. And, it's kind of unfair because a lot of you won't be in the same position that I am. But what we have to remember is I was once in that very same position. So I did this part-time when I was a plumber, just it was about 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago now. But, the point is that anybody can do this stuff. So last couple of years, you can see there that there's nearly $100,000 there. And this is affiliate earnings. This isn't from me selling products. This is almost $100,000 from actually promoting other people's offers. And again, over on Warrior Plus, you can see there's just under another $30,000 there. So let me close this.
What you were just saying there, Mark, I think that's kind of the theme today, isn't it? That it's about what you can do in your spare time before you get to the stage where you can actually go full time.
Like I said, it's a bit unfair for me to show you my figures because I'm in a position that allows me to make that sort of money. But I do want to get across that I wasn't always in that position. So I did start off making $20 here and $10 there and that kind of thing. And, the bonus call that we're going to do next week will kind of get you in that zone and explain how to scale up. But for now, I want you to continue to sort of stick with us because, if you are interested in making money as an affiliate, because, at the end of the day, it is very, very easy. Once you put a couple of points in place, you've got the link, you can actually do it. And you can do it without a list and you can do it without traffic. So, Trevor, I'm going to hand it over to you now because I think it would be great if you can kind of explain the product and where you've come from because you're you're kind of at the beginning, if you like. You're just sort of breaking into this market, starting to see that success. So I think it's great that people can kind of hear from you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to you here, and if I can get this right.
Yep, I am now the presenter, Mark.
There you go.
No pressure, eh? Feel free to jump. Feel free to jump in and help me out whenever you need to.
No, I'm off to the pub now, Trevor.
Welcome everybody to the webinar. Just wanted to touch on what Mark was saying there. I've got some slides to show you, but I don't know where any of you are in your internet marketing career at the moment. You might be right at the beginning, or you might not have started, or you might be sort of a long way in but not making much progress. But we all start somewhere, and that's something it was reminded to me actually when I was first starting karate, and I was chatting to a guy on Facebook who was an internet marketer, and he said, what belt are you? And I said, I think I was a purple belt or something at the time. I said, I'm just a purple belt, what are you? And he said, a black belt. And I was like, oh, wow. I said, that's like awesome. He said, well, look, we all start somewhere, and we do. We all have to start at the beginning. And what's that, Mark? The pub.
Sorry, it's a little conversation going on here. Penny said, lucky you, going to the pub. I'm not really going to the pub, by the way, Penny, but
we all start somewhere. I did get my black belt in Shotokan karate, which I was immensely proud of. And that is just because you apply yourself, you focus, and you keep on and you keep on and you keep on. And I always remember saying to other people in the club, I want to be in your gang. They were like brown belts and black belts. I want to be in your gang. And it's very similar with internet marketing, because I want to be in Mark's gang, and I want to be in the gang of all the other people that I'm now moving in those circles with. So it's just a point to say that if you've not made any money, or you've made a little bit, just keep at it, stick at it, because it absolutely 100% does work. But there's just a few things that you need to get into place, and you just do need some pointers. You can go on for years kind of aimlessly going through and not really thinking you know what you're doing, because you've got all the courses and you've followed all the things that they're saying, but you're still not making any money, right, Mark? So that and you think, well, I've done that, I've done what they said, but it didn't work. It's a very kind of a little bit of polishing, I guess, that you just
there's kind of lots of nuts and bolts, and there's kind of little bits and pieces that are kind of left out. I mean, one of those, for example, is branding yourself and building your profile. And I've got a number of private coaching clients, and every week, or almost every week, I have to tell them, don't forget to build your profile. And building your profile can be as simple as finding those popular launch posts, dropping comments on them, liking other comments on there, and that's just being seen in the right circles, really. Being seen on a launch post with a lot of professional marketers. It does wonders for your business. Little things like that, and we're going to be next Monday anyway.
Sorry, this is on Facebook, so in case anybody's wondering where would they be doing that.
I should have said, sorry.
Yeah, Facebook is an incredible platform for networking with other internet and affiliate marketers, and it's just like another world there. And once you get into it, you begin to kind of understand it, and you just feel like when you go onto, well, certainly for me, when I go onto Facebook, I'm in the internet marketing world, and I'm among all my fellow internet marketers. It's a great place for networking.
Yeah.
Yes. If I go over to the, what do I need to do? The start sharing, is it, Mark? For the
start sharing, and then it's share the app, I think.
Share the window off screen. Application window.
Application window. That's the one.
Okay. So this first of all will show what I can see, and then if I go over here, I can't see you now, but can you see that, Mark, now?
Yeah, I can see that. Everybody else see that?
Have we got yeses?
Yeah. Cool. Excellent.
Yep. Oh, good. Okay. So so $5.20 makes school teacher $100. It's a nice catchy little line, that, and it should get your attention, because I'm sure that probably most of you could afford to invest $5.20 if you thought that you were going to pull back $100. This is Aiden. Aiden Corkery is a full-time school teacher. As you can see here, this is how he's branded himself, which is basically, as a school teacher, his picture for his Facebook profile, which I lifted off there today, is in his classroom with the tables behind there.
I actually met Aiden last year in Dublin at a marketing event. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. I've not met him in person, but the interaction I've had is, he's a good guy.
He's a genuine guy,
Yes, genuine, and I've seen similarities in the way that he works and I work, which is something that I'll show you as we go through.
Sure.
But I just wanted to clarify that he's a full-time teacher. I've tried to message him today, but he wasn't available. But then I did say to Mark it's half term, but in the UK at the moment it's half term, so he might be at work or he might not be. I don't know what it is in Ireland, but anyway, he's a full-time school teacher. But he's made $15,517.07 in his spare time, and I think that's pretty impressive. 15,000 while he's remained a full-time school teacher. So, any of you that are wondering, what you can do, and is there money to be made in this? He's a genuine guy. He's doing what we do. He's doing what I do. He's doing what Mark does to a certain extent, but Mark's kind of a little bit ahead of the game as far as that goes. But Aiden and I are probably at similar levels. And this is the kind of results that you can get in your spare time.
I think that's the point here, though, Trevor, isn't it? I mean, the fact that an awful lot of people, or maybe some of the people watching us today, that they've got jobs,
Yeah,
they're not able to commit that amount of time to
exactly.
sort of doing this, all the time and doing what I
Yeah,
do every day. But the fact that Aiden's been able to do this in his spare time when he's got a full-time job, I think
yeah.
it's great, and it's something that people can kind of work with. You're not going to start off, you're not going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, obviously, but you can make some money from it.
Yes, you can, Mark, and you can make just enough to make a difference.
Yeah,
Basically, when you get paid through platforms like Warrior Plus or JVZoo, the money is paid to you by PayPal. So the money comes into your PayPal account. You can then go to your PayPal account, transfer it straight into your bank account, and you've got the cash.
yeah,
And if you need a little bit extra, and you're doing affiliate promotion and you bring $50 in, that $50 can go straight into your bank the same day, within minutes, within 5 minutes, for example.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And for the last sort of 6 months, I guess I've been doing this in my spare time, and it's a case of you do have to push yourself. You get home from work and you're like, oh God, I really can't be doing this. But once you start seeing some sales, you'll be amazed how your motivation levels go up. You
Yeah,
see affiliate commissions come in, you think, I've got to go and do that tonight. I've got to do it again. I've got to do it again, because otherwise I'm going to miss those. And you are going to miss them because someone else is going to grab them. If you're not out there sending your promotions, and somebody else is going to sell, and that's just the way that the game works. Anyway, on the screen now is a quick screen grab of Aiden's two accounts. This top one is Warrior Plus and the bottom one is JVZoo. And similar to what you've seen with Mark, this is the money that Aiden has pulled in, which added up to that 15,000 I told you about. Now, it's not easy making that kind of money in affiliate commissions, I'll be completely honest with you. And the chances are, as I said, you've been trying to make money online for some time with little to no success. I mean, I don't know who's on here today. Possibly some of you have made lots of money, which is brilliant, and you're just looking for some extra training. But I guess there's probably some of you that are just beginning or are just getting frustrated. Well, my name's Trevor Carr, and I live in the UK with my wife, 2 kids, Labrador Jim, 2 rabbits, and a fish. There were 2 fish until a few days ago, and one of them died. I've always I had to give it a burial down the toilet, but don't tell my daughter. I've always been interested in internet marketing, but after years of trying, I hadn't made any significant progress, and my accounts do bear this out. If we wanted to log into my Warrior Plus account, we can go back to, did I say to you 2012, Mark, the other day? I think it was.
I think it was.
Between 2012 and 2017, I thought I was a wannabe affiliate marketer, but I think the entire money made in sort of 5 years was about $300, which, when you break that down, is really not going to make any difference. So
No,
it was
that's it. And,
frustrating.
you can make that a day now. It's just
Yeah,
getting in that right place, isn't it? Knowing how all those little pieces fit together.
exactly. So it was frustrating to say the least. But as I say, in the last 6 months, things have begun to change for me, and I'm now pulling in daily commissions like this, which is nice, I must say.
It's nice.
In
I mean,
fact,
it's achievable.
yeah, it is achievable, and it's exciting, really exciting. And they're genuine figures, by the way. I don't want anyone to have any queries or questions about that. All of this is fully back-upable. It's all genuine. In fact, take a look at what I've been paid into my PayPal account in the last 7 days alone. And here you see the dates here from the 11th of Feb to the 17th of Feb, $457.95. So I think in the last 7 days, that's not bad. I can go with that.
And this is just, promoting tiny little products, everybody, the kind of products that, well, as Trevor's just shown you on Warrior Plus in this case, but it could be just as well, it could be sort of JV0 or Warrior Plus. It doesn't really make any difference. The point is, this is sort of simple stuff, really.
Yes, yeah, it is simple. It is simple. There is an exact science to it, I guess you could say, to a certain extent, because once you know what you're doing, you can do it. But if I annualized what I've taken in the last 7 days, that would be just under $24,000, which, as a bit of extra in your spare time, it's all right. It's not bad. I can live with that. Anyway, I don't show you this to brag, but I show you it to show you what can be achieved. And when I reviewed Aiden's course yesterday, I spotted remarkable similarities in our stories, as I've said to you. He even thinks like me. And I saw this day when I was contacting him. Also, Trevor, you don't have any past products I could use as bonuses for my list. Now, that question I have personally asked to many affiliates that are launching products over the last few months, as I've begun to realise some of the tricks that we can do to increase our success. So I really liked seeing that today, because it's almost word for word what I would say when I'm speaking to somebody that's launching a product and I'm looking to support them.
Trevor, two seconds. And Penny has a question. Do you keep promoting the same product for a time or keep changing them up? Well, we do both, really, Penny. You can keep promoting products, but if those products are evergreen, for example, and they have a higher value, then it's a good idea to set up an autoresponder series, in which case, you can keep promoting the same product. We also promote products, not on a daily basis, but, we do tend to change from day to day. And there's another reason for that. I'm going to go more into this next week on the live call, but one of the ways in which you can grow in this business is via leverage. So by hitting, or that's the term that we use in this business, but by promoting products for different partners, then you can appear on leaderboards, you can appear in launch posts, you'll be noticed there, and then you'll be able to get things like JV spots where you can actually build a list off the back of somebody's launch. You can get free access to those products, that kind of thing. But some of it is strategic, some of it is long-term, evergreen. You can pretty much do whatever you like, but basically what Trevor's sort of covered here are mostly sort of smaller products, in which case, we're changing every 2-3 days, whatever, but entirely up to you. Is there an alternative to PayPal? But in this business, really, you do need PayPal. You can use Stripe, but it doesn't really work as well. What happens with PayPal is that they have it set up so everybody gets paid automatically. So if you're set up for instant commissions, for example, then if you've got a PayPal account, you're going to get paid straight away. If you don't, then the vendor that you're promoting, they have to go and do that manually. And that can often mean that you might be waiting around for weeks, a month. You might not even get paid. So I would suggest that you use PayPal. Sorry, Trevor, I'll let you carry on.
Yeah, no, that's fine, Mark. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't want to use PayPal. It's just very rewarding when you keep seeing your phone, if you've got a smartphone, that is, and you've got your PayPal app on there, but you see it pinging with dollars coming in. It's good.
It's back to that making money overnight, isn't it? Making money while you sleep. It's one of those phrases that's banded around in this industry all the time. But the reality is, well, it is a reality. It really does happen. So, most sales come from the US, and I'm in the UK. So obviously, when I wake up in the morning, there's a good chance that I've made sort of $200, $300, $400, $500. So yeah. I'm always happy to look at my phone in the morning.
Yeah, it makes it easier to get out of bed.
It does, yes.
So when we get back to the slides, when Mark asked me to review this course, I reported back with this one's a winner. It was really nice for me to go through and see quality training. In a nutshell, Aiden covers everything you need to do from scratch to copy and paste what we've both achieved in our spare time. When I say we both achieve, I mean me and Aiden rather than Mark, because obviously Mark, as I said, is full-time and ahead of the game. He even shows you a cool $5 hack that produces $100 results. And he shows you a great method for building a list very quickly using a strategy that I've produced a case study on, usefully. But best of all, you'll learn how to become a successful affiliate just like us, even if you have zero experience. So the key points are, this course is newbie friendly, it's easy to follow, it produces fast results, he shows you the tools that he uses, how to get approved to promote offers, which is something that you would probably have no idea if you'd never done it before, you'd never been shown any training on how to do that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
even how to get.
and that's a real sticking point for an awful lot of
Yeah,
people because you know it's difficult because you don't want your EPCs. What EPC means is earning per click. So as a vendor, when somebody applies to promote my product, I have to kind of gauge whether it's worth me actually allowing somebody to promote that I don't actually know, because there's always a worry that it might reduce my EPCs. And if that happens, then some of my bigger partners may not want to support my product launch, for example. So yeah, I mean, this is an important aspect here.
yeah, and I've experienced that myself in the beginning, and it's kind of a vicious circle then, because if you can't get approved to promote a product, for example, when it's launched, and they
Yeah,
might say, "Well, I'll approve you tomorrow,"
yeah,
then 90% of the sales have already taken place, and
yeah.
you're
Well,
front of the.
I mean, I'll just touch on that while we're talking about it. I mean, what happens is when a product is launched, then there's an awful lot of excitement, an awful lot of buzz about it. And you as an affiliate, everybody is an affiliate. You know, if you're mailing into that, obviously there's a lot of competition, but you're actually riding that buzz, if you like. So there's a lot of excitement. It's like the latest craze, if you like. So lots of people are going to hear about that particular product on that day. And if you're mailing on the
Yeah,
same day and you're part of that buzz, you stand a much better chance of actually making money then. It sounds wrong. It sounds like, there's an awful lot of competition. So I will mail tomorrow. But the point is here with these little products, people tend to move on to the next product tomorrow. So if you're
yeah,
mailing out this product tomorrow, the interest has kind of fallen by the wayside, if you like. So if you can get approval and you can mail on the day that it's launched, you're going to make more money. Sorry, Trevor, I
yeah.
keep cutting it.
No, absolutely, Mark. And the thing is as well, I suppose I see it from my perspective as kind of moving gradually towards full-time and internet marketer. I look at the emails that come in, and as a buyer, if there's a product that's launched and you see the name come out and you think, oh yeah, it looks interesting, I'll look at that later. Then you see somebody else talk about it, and then you see somebody else talk about it, and somebody else, and you think, oh, what is this then? I mean, I'm getting interested in this. Well, the fifth email that comes through might be from you, the newbie with the smaller list, but you bagged the sale. So that's part of the wave that Mark's talking about that you
Yeah,
can ride because of the buzz around it. It doesn't necessarily mean, you've got all these guys doing the hard work, and then you might just send your mail out and your one actually ticks the boxes, rings the bell, and you get the commissions. So
that's
there's,
right. Yeah. I mean, while we're on that point, you mentioned lists there, and I have said, obviously it's easier for me because I've got huge lists, and you're growing your list. But with Aiden's training here, you can actually start off without a list. So if you don't have a list right now and you're thinking to yourself, this is pointless, then everything is included in this training.
yes. Right. Should I get back to the slide?
Yeah, sorry. I really said,
But
I wish
I
you
just
was
wanted to
gone.
get to the red bit. The red bit I think is really exciting for all the people on this call, and that is that Aiden even shows you how to get free review copies, which is brilliant because what you can do from that is, although you're going to be promoting them, that's why you get them as a review copy, but you learn yourself from the content that's in there without having to spend the money on them.
Yeah.
And he's got a very special way that he does that I've never done. So that was interesting to see. Okay, so Mark mentioned bonuses. The product we're talking about today is ProfiteE. Is that how you say it, Mark? ProfiteE?
I would say it's Profit
Profit
E. Yes,
E.
there's no other way of saying
Okay.
that, really.
Okay, well, you say tomato, I say tomato. So if you buy ProfiteE now through our link for just $7, you'll get a 1-hour coaching call with Mark and myself detailing how to go about building a huge online business incredibly fast, covering leverage, scaling, product creation, question answers, and a ton more. And it'll be 100% live. And that is on Monday, I believe, Mark, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So what I've done is I've just put the link in chat. So if you are interested in the product and you are interested in joining us for a live coaching call next Monday, then click that link, buy it through us. It's going to cost you $7. We're not going to ask you to buy any upsells. You know, for $7, you're going to be able to join us next month. God dear, I should go to the pub. Really, I can't even speak.
Sure, you're not been to the pub, Mark?
Yes, yeah. I'll put the bottle back, but no. You're going to join us next week. It's not going to cost anything else. You buy that $7 product today. That will essentially give you the grounding. Okay, so on that call next week, we're going to do an hour. You can ask us questions, and I'm going to talk about how I was able to sort of scale from being a pretty average plumber here in the UK, my full-time day job, you know, working 12 hours a day, to where I am now. So, you know, not to gloat, but last year I did over $1 million. I mean, that's launching products as well as being an affiliate, but in total over $1 million. So I'm going to kind of explain how to go about scaling your business. And I know there's a couple of messages in here. For example, you know, there are only winners, but unfortunately I've not been able to emulate that success, that kind of thing. Well, yeah, most people are like that, and I was as well. You know, I was tinkering around the edges for a long time. But the reality is, you know, you just got to put those pieces in the right order. And when you know how to do that, then it becomes so much easier, as Trevor said. You know,
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it seems daunting, and it seems unachievable. But you know, I can absolutely say 100% that anybody can do it. Anybody can make it in this business. Like, you know, it's just a case of, you know, the right parts in the right places at the right time. That's all there is to it. So if you are interested in scaling your business, in building a business online, then we'll explain how to scale it next Monday. And again, it's not going to cost you anything else. Like I say, hold on, there's a Facebook post popping up now. Let's just close that. So Joe, any OTAs? Any OTAs what for the product that we've reviewed here? Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be OTAs for everything. Yeah, that's the nature of the beast. But what I would say is, with this product, then everything that you need is in the front end. You don't have to buy any OTAs. Any OTAs will add value, but you'll get the whole course from start to finish in the front end product. It's going to cost you $7. If you buy that through our link, then you can join us next week. In fact, as soon as you do purchase, if you shoot off your receipt details, actually, let me just drop.
Mark, I was just going to say, actually, before you do that, we haven't even talked about this. We've not mentioned it in this, but you and I know the value of training that we would do like this. So if you and I were going to offer a 1 hour coaching call, what sort of money would we be charging for that, to give them an idea of the value of that coaching call?
Well, I mean, you're not going to get it for less than $100. I mean, normally consulting, I charge $250 an hour. But obviously, you know, it's a group course, so, you know, I wouldn't be charging that much. But, you know, you're going to get the whole thing for $7. So if you want to come on, if you've got a business idea, if you want details on how to start making money in this business, and you want to ask questions, and you can come on. You know, think of it as a mini coaching call. Okay, so I actually charge my my coaching clients $5,000 a time. So, you know, $7, it's going to be a bit of a bargain, really.
Not bad, is it?
So, you know, in terms of joining us next week, what you'll need to do is you need to obviously get that product through us. It's going to cost you $7. We're not going to ask you to buy anything else. And then, all right, I've just dropped in the bits and pieces here. So to access the bonus products, obviously buy the product, and then shoot over your email to the email address there. So you should see it there. Everybody see that? And just use the subject ProfiteE bonus request, and that's it. And then we'll send you the registration link. It's not going to cost you anything else. And again, you're not going to have to buy any upsells here. But if you do decide to buy any upsells, I think you have something else to offer there, Trevor, don't you?
I do. Yeah, that's not all, as I say. But if you buy any of the upsells, you'll get full access to the case study that I mentioned earlier, which was Aiden touches on it in his course, but he only touches on it literally for maybe a couple of minutes, and that's a method to build your list very quickly with targeted subscribers, so that you can almost on autopilot build a responsive list to get yourself going without having to launch a product. So if you buy any of the upsells through ProfiteE, through our link, you will get access to that 9-video case study that I've already put together, which is using exactly the same strategy that Aiden is mentioning, which, as I said, there's a lot of similarities in what he does and what I do. So that's our bonus for you.
So, yeah, I mean, we should sort of just reiterate that. I mean, if you buy the front end, then you're going to get the coaching call with us. You can join us on the call. We'll go over how we kind of scale up. You can ask us questions. But if you do decide to purchase an upsell, which would add additional value, you don't have to get it. But if you do, then you're going to get this additional bonus from Trevor, the one that he's just mentioned.
And yeah, so the final slide is just the access to the bonus. I think I can't see the screen at the moment, Mark, because obviously I'm in full screen presenter mode, but that's in there now, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay.
So, let's see. Hold on a minute. I've just got to test this link. Somebody's saying that the link isn't opening. Okay, it seems link seems to be working okay from this end. I don't know if anybody else is having trouble. Anybody been having trouble with that link? Let's have a look. Just drop that in there again. Yeah, it does seem to be working. Yeah,
it's working okay for me, Mark.
Yeah. Okay, if you do have any problems with it, if you want to just shoot over the query to Trevor, actually, you've got Trevor's email address there, and he'll he'll shoot that link back for you. It might just be a glitch with the software. It might be a glitch with Warrior Plus. Might be worth just refreshing, using the link and refreshing or something like that. Sometimes these little glitches happen. I think the launch is literally just started, so it may have been I don't know, perhaps it wasn't quite up when you clicked it. Try it again. It seems to be working okay. Yeah, Penny, yeah, good, thanks. Okay, so while we've got you here, we've kind of told you about our business. We've told you about Aiden's method and what you're going to get next week as a bonus. But, if you'd like to ask us questions right now, right here, then we'll be happy to answer them for you. I mean, just shoot them in here because we're here. We may as well do some stuff now.
Yep.
But, the thing with this is like, it's a business that anybody can get into. I mean, I'm testament to that. I'm not particularly clever. I was just determined. I wanted to make it in this business. I wanted to make as much money as I possibly could while basically just sat on my backside, which is what I do day in, day out now. But I knew it was something that I wanted to do. And I just applied myself and I just kept plugging away at it. To do this, you need squeeze pages. You don't really need a website. You can just direct link to this sort of stuff. It's all pretty easy to do. Replay link. Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll shoot out this. This is a replay. So this whole thing that you just watched here, we'll send it as a replay. It'll have the link underneath. It'll probably be within the next couple of hours. So if you've missed anything, then it's not an issue. We'll be sending it out to you. It keeps crashing. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's technology for you. We're using Demio, which seems to be one of the better ones, seems to work for most people, but I know certain people have issues. It needs the Chrome browser to be up to date, but for most people it tends to work, and it's kind of good because we can have both of us here. Um, but yeah, what were you going to say there, Trevor?
I would just, I can see Penny's asked about the squeeze page. Um, I mean, to build a list, you certainly need an autoresponder. That's one thing you can't do without.
Well, yeah, I
Um,
mean, kind of, you're going to need an autoresponder, but then if you're interested in anything online, you need an autoresponder. So there's a ton out there. You can get a free trial. You can use Aweber, get response. We're not going to pitch anything here. You've probably got one anyway. Um, so, Ron, how do you register for the call on Monday? So, if you've already purchased a product, just send over your request to Trevor using the details. Let me just drop those in there again. So, this is what you'll need to do.
so, what else have we got? Penny says she's got an autoresponder, but not a website. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need a website. I mean, as you sort of progress, as you grow, then you can add more and more elements into your business. But, if you want to keep it simple, then, if you've got an autoresponder, you can build a list. And then from that point onwards, you can start making money.
What would you use, Mark, if you didn't have your own website? What would you use in order to squeeze them onto your autoresponder?
Well, yeah, there's a number of ways of doing it. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're sort of talking about sort of actually getting people I mean, you could use sort of, I guess you could use Blogger, or you could use, something that you don't necessarily own, but
exactly what I was going to say. I just wondered what you'd come up with in the master.
Well, I mean, you could also use, WordPress, because it's WordPress.com, and correct me if I'm wrong, WordPress.org. One of them is self-hosted, one of them is WordPress. So essentially you could use that as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Penny, if you've got a blog, for example, which, you don't have to have your own website and hosting for, as Mark said, you can get free blogs like blogger.com and WordPress, then you can set up squeeze pages on there, because all you need to do with your autoresponder is drop your code in to that page in order to create an opt-in box. It wouldn't matter too much, because when you're building lists, certainly through the strategy that I show in the 9 video series that I've done, you are literally sending traffic to a squeeze page, and the squeeze page doesn't have to be fancy at all. In fact, some people say the kind of uglier the better, so the more simple the better.
Yeah, and I've seen that.
Yeah, you can easily do that on a kind of a free platform, and that will then go through and build your list just the same as your own. So it's a good way to get started doing that.
Yeah. And
Wix.com. Yeah, that's a free website platform, isn't it? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I've not used Wix personally.
I've not used Wix either, but I mean, if it's free to use, then basically anything that you can drop a piece of HTML code onto, then you're good to go.
Yeah, and then it's just knowing, as Mark said, which pieces to put in which order to build that list, and then how to use that list to your best advantage.
Yeah, every bit. What I was going to say was, a lot of this stuff can seem daunting when you don't actually understand it all, but essentially it's pretty simple stuff. It's bare bones, it's nuts and bolts. You just have to have those elements in the right place, but that's it. And once you have those elements in the right place, you start driving traffic, you start building a list, then, you're golden then, and you can start making money day in, day out. And, everybody says, oh, you can make money day in, day out, but you really can. I mean, I'm not kidding. I'm not bluffing. I'm not giving you any BS. We do it all the time. I mean, I've got large lists now, but it wasn't always that way. I started right at the beginning. Just like, some of you watching this today. So, you might be thinking to yourself, I'd love to do that, but it's beyond my capabilities. But the reality is it isn't. Anybody can do this.
Yeah, it's really, really not complicated, but you just need to know what you should be doing in the right order. you know.
And that's really why we're recommending Aiden's course today, because it's something that you can do in your spare time, and it's something that's very simple and straightforward to do. Think of it as a grounding or a foundation. So it will get you off the ground. You're going to spend $7 on that. You're going to know how to put those elements in place to start making money. Now, we're not going to tell you that using Aiden's course as it's laid out is going to make you hundreds of thousands of dollars, because that isn't the case. But it will allow you to make some extra money. And once you can see how everything works, then it's easier to start scaling that business. Because from the outside, you know, all these little moving parts, you might think, yeah, how the hell does that work? But, you know, Aiden's course, it'll explain it in a very simple way, step-by-step fashion, how to get your business off the ground and start making money. And then if you join us next week, then, you know, we're going to help you or talk about scaling that business up.
Yeah, and actually, Mark, I was just going to say, because it comes to me where you were saying that a lot of the courses that are being launched on a regular basis are kind of use this hack to get $20 a day, or use this strategy to get $30 a day, or this fantastic little twist that I found using Facebook to get $5, or power of Instagram to get, you know, and they're all just bits and pieces, aren't they, Mark? They're all like, oh, you could try this, you could try that. You don't know where you are, CPA and everything else. You don't know where you are, and you're just being
people are off. They're chasing shiny buttons every day, and you know, and you do get the hype. I mean, I use it myself, and you know, rightly or wrongly, we do that because obviously we want to sell our stuff and we want people to buy our stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, if you have a core business, you can make money every day. You don't have to go out buying this product and that product. If you just want to be an affiliate, for example, as we're kind of talking about here, you can do that. Once you're an affiliate, you know, and you're making money from that, then, you know, reinvest some of that money and maybe produce your own product and take it that little bit further and scale up. And then more affiliate work, and then more products, and you grow and you get bigger, and to the point, you know, where you're sort of, you know, you're making $500,000 a year or so.
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to say, Mark, was that, being honest, I suppose if someone had said to me, Trev, can you just, because my wife doesn't know what I do, by the way, and I don't know if Mark's wife knows what he does, but...
Well, I mean, when I started, my wife used to say, oh, it's ridiculous, you know, you're not going to make any money from that, just stick to plumbing. And, you know, I almost believed her, but I was dogged about it. I really, really wanted to do this because, you know, I was saying, well, look, you know, all these guys are making this much money. And she said, yeah, they're not really, they're just pretending they are, but they actually are. And now, you know, she's a very happy woman. You know, she's off shopping at the moment. So, you know, she's quite happy for me to do this for a living now, because our standard of life is up there, whereas it used to be sort of down here. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it does sound odd, you know, the whole fact that this business works, but the reality is it does work, and there's an awful lot of money to be made from it.
And what I was going to say as well, Mark, was that so if somebody said to me, all right, well, I haven't got a clue what you do, but I wouldn't mind earning sort of $400 or $500 a week, or having sort of $100 days and $200 days and $300 days, which obviously, you know, a lot of people would like to enjoy as well, and I can understand that. I'd quite happily send them a link to Aiden's course and say, well, do you know what, this is pretty much my story. If you've followed this course, these are the bits and pieces that you need to do, and this is how it shows you how to interact with the JVs, how to find them, how to team up with a JV partner. It covers everything that you need to know about this business, rather than a special little bit of software and a hack that makes Instagram and millions come through and all that. It's not that at all. It's just how you get started in this business in your spare time from scratch.
Yeah. And that's the key, isn't it? You know, doing this in your spare time. I mean, software is great, but software really is, well, they're tools, aren't they? So, you know, you can apply those tools as you start to make money. But if you're buying all those tools now without actually understanding the core of this business, then it's kind of pointless. And it's probably why so many people, you know, they buy this tool, this latest software, and make nothing with it, because they don't understand the core principles of the business.
Penny says, that she keeps spinning her wheels, and she sure needs help. Well, Penny, you know, we are actually just a couple of genuine guys, me and Mark, which is, I think, why we were drawn to each other to do this sort of thing, because we've both got a common goal, and that is we've always wanted to show other people how to do this kind of stuff. So you'd only get genuine information from us. We wouldn't give you any BS.
Every bit. So yeah, I mean, come along, join us next Monday, Penny, and we'll have a chat there. Excellent. So can we answer any other questions? Anybody else like to ask us a question while we're on here?
Stephen's joined. Joseph says hello.
Great, Penny. Excellent.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing you as well, Stephen.
Anyone else?
Anybody got any questions? Here we go. How many days may I learn how to create the list? So you're asking, Shema, how long will it take you to learn to create a list, right? Well, to learn how to create a list, you know, you can learn that within an hour.
Pretty much learn that in minutes. You know, I mean, it's kind of how long is a piece of string. So everybody kind of understands things at kind of a different level, so it sinks in differently. I mean, for me, it takes an awful long time for anything to sink in. But, you know, yeah, it is my age. It is my age. Well, I might just be a bit stupid. I don't know.
Or it's because you've been down the pub this afternoon?
No. Do you know, on a Friday, at this time, I normally would be in Wetherspoons having dinner and a pint, but you know,
right.
Not today. Not today.
No.
But with anything online, you know, to say, right, it will take you 1 hour to do this is kind of wrong, because not everybody is the same. You know, it might take me, or it might take, say, Trevor 1 hour to do this. It might take me 3.5 days. But the point is to keep working at something. You know, you'll get something, you'll apply it. Maybe you won't completely understand it. And then you'll kind of wonder when it's going to work, or did I do this right, or it's not working for me. The point with this business is to keep at it, stick with it, keep applying, keep working at it. And as soon as you get it right, you know, it'll be like the clouds parting. You'll immediately understand it. It'll become clear. And from that point onwards, this business gets so much easier.
Do the clouds part and the sun comes down and there's like a heavenly kind of music? Choir chanting.
Okay, with harps.
Well, yeah, it is a bit like that, isn't it? I mean, you because I've said to Mark on many occasions that there's tiny little changes that you can make in all the things that we do that can make such a big difference. The subject line in your email, massively important. Subject line, goals of your emails are subject line to get the email opened, and then once you've got it open, goal number 2 is to get it read from the beginning. So the first line in that email is crucial. Goal number 3 is to get a click from your email, and just achieving those things, that's not an exact science. There are so many different ways you can do it. So you might become despondent if something's not working, but you might be so close. And it's like that picture I said to you, Mark, you know, we should have that kind of up on these webinars sometimes, but there's a picture of a guy that's digging for diamonds. And I don't know if you've seen it, but he's digging and digging. It shows a big long tunnel, and there he is digging away, and he just gives up. But just the other side of that kind of rock face where he's digging are all the diamonds. And you just don't realise how close you are to getting that success. And I'm just glad that I didn't ever give up. You know, you just got to stick at it.
Exactly.
We may only learn the list building this course that you're offering. Also, you teach how to launch or create the product.
We'll touch on that, but you know, obviously we're not going to be spending days and days and days on a call, because, you know, to do that it would take an awful long time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take aspects of my own coaching and I'm going to teach them to you on that call. So it will be an overview. I can only say that. To teach you how to do it, you know, each and every step and be successful straight off the bat would take more than an hour. Okay, but I will give you the details. I will explain how I've been able to do it. the tweaks that I've made that have allowed me to launch six-figure products time and time again. We'll talk about leverage, profile building, that kind of thing.
And I'll also give you, from my perspective, as kind of the guy that wants to be in Mark's gang. So I'm probably a lot closer to you than I am to Mark. So it might be nice to have that as a kind of alternative view on everything that's going on there.
I think that's great, because obviously, you get to that certain point, and you're making an awful lot of money, and sometimes it's difficult to remember what it was like, back in the day when you're just starting off, when you're seeing that initial success. Yeah, I think it's great that, Trevor's on with me, and he can kind of explain, and he probably relate to you more than I can, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's, you've been at this longer than me. Well, actually, you've been at this successfully longer than me. I've been trying to crack it for a long time, but that is the key issue to it. It's finding what you need to do, and once you discover that, as we said, it works. But I am a lot closer to you guys if you're beginners than I am to Mark. So I'd be more than happy to answer your questions on all of the the kind of basic stuff and the ground level up. And Mark can give you from there onwards to a certain extent.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So thanks, everybody. I think that's just about done now. So if you did buy through the link, if you send those receipt details over to Trevor, then he'll send out the registration link for next week's training. Excellent.
Just before we go then, so, Penny's ready to join our gang. Joseph's ready. JR's just purchased. So yeah, all good. Welcome aboard, guys.
Excellent. And if you didn't see all of this and you don't know what the hell we're on about, then we will be sending out the replay link. So watch that at your convenience. Click the link under there. I think with this particular product, is there a 3-hour early bird, something like that, Trevor? I'm not absolutely certain on that, but even if it does go up, it's not going to be expensive. I can't see it going past $10, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
If you're concerned about the price, it's always best to get in early, because they do set them to, they generally have a 3-hour early bird, and then they might go on to a dime sale, which means that with every single purchase, the price is going up. And I tell you, that used to drive me around the bend when I was looking to buy a product, because I just couldn't bear having to pay more than I could have done if I didn't get in there quickly enough. So
Rita just said, I just got on the webinar, are there any upsells required to make money? So if you've only just joined us, Rita, what we're doing here is we've given a little bit of training. We've mentioned that the training that we're going to be doing next week, which is next Monday, and we're offering this as a bonus. Now, this is going to be an hour call with us talking about scaling an affiliate business, so an affiliate business in the IM industry. However, we've recommended a product. It's going to cost you $7. Now, there will be upsells. There are upsells with everything, but what we would say is all you'll need to do is get the front end. If you want to purchase upsells to add additional value to your purchase, then that's entirely up to you. But we're not saying that you have to do that. If you purchase that $7 front end product, then all you have to do is send your receipt to Trevor, and he will send you the registration link for the call next week. So that's it.
Yeah, and on that point as well, Rita, what I would say is don't ever feel pressured into buying upsells. They're always going to be there. Some people hate them, some people love them, some people really want to see the upsells. If you do get any of the upsells, then if you, I don't know, you may have missed it, but I'm offering a 9-video case study on one of the strategies that Aiden talks on in his course, but he only kind of touches on it. Where I've got some raw testing that I did, which just shows how it stops you from wasting a bit of money, really, because I show you where I threw money at something and the results weren't great to begin with, but they gradually got better. So it gives you a bit of learn by my mistakes kind of training. There's 9 videos on that you'll get if you buy any of the upsells, but you don't need to buy the upsells at all to get the information that you need to make a go of it in this business. The front end course at $7, in my opinion, covers everything that you need as a complete beginner to come in and get an idea of what it is that we actually do.
Yeah, and enough to, you know, get you off the ground, start making a little bit of money. And that's basically all you need. Because once you see those few dollars come in, those first few dollars, then you're hooked and you can understand how it works and then you can start scaling. So essentially it's like a grinding.
Yeah. Ron's going to purchase now. Well done, Ron. We'll see you on the live call on Monday.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now, and it was great to have you all on this call, and thanks for joining us. You know, we will try and get a bigger capacity very, very soon. But you know, for now, thank you, and look forward to speaking to you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yep. Cheers, Mark. Take care.